I hope that all of you are enjoying this weekend with this insightful session that is arranged by AveronX. So today I'm excited to talk about something that is in every tech professional's mind, like how to prepare for the technical interviews and how you can be job ready in the tech market, and about the latest hiring trends in tech. So I would be providing you all with the valuable insights about the how you can get jobs in the tech market and how you can prepare yourself to gain jobs in different companies, whether you are a fresher or you are a job seeker or you are already working as a professional in tech industry. So let me share my screen so we can start with this. Okay, first of all, when you are applying for the jobs in the tech market, so the first thing you need to do is to prepare for the technical interviews. Being a technical recruiter in a tech industry, I've seen a lot of candidates who apply for the jobs, but they are not prepared for the interviews. Like, for instance, if someone is applying for 100 jobs uh, in different companies and he or she is not getting even one job, then what is the reason that why there is a question that must come to their mind, that why they are not getting that job. It's because they do not spend their time to find out the reasons behind this. So you need to understand, first of all, you need to understand what is the format of the interviews. Like, one size doesn't fit all. Different companies have different hiring processes, so you need to understand those hiring processes before you apply for the jobs, whether you are a fresher or you are a job seeker or already working as a professional. And one thing I've seen here, that even if someone is experienced and working in a company, they do not, bother to explore different things, like how they can prepare themselves for the interviews. And when they, show up during interviews, they are not prepared for that. They even don't know how to introduce themselves correctly or communicate well during the interviews. So you need to understand the format. This is one of the, first priority here, to understand what is the format of the interview. Like, first, obviously, most of you who are the job seekers or who are experienced professionals, they know that first of all, the first step of the process is that there will be a initial screening by an HR. Like, they just check if the candidate is fits to the requirement, fits to the JD that they are looking for the particular role. And after that, once the candidate is initially screened regarding that job, then they are, they move to the next step. If the candidate is shortlisted after the initial screening, they move to the next step. That is, a technical interview that will be with the senior developer. Of the senior developer could be related to the particular role. If someone is hiring front end, for the front end developer role, or for a back end developer role, even if there is a fresher or entry level, or you can say mid level developer, then they need to assess their abilities and their skills during those technical interviews. Here, I would like to highlight one thing, that most of the candidates are, mention in their resumes a lot of skills, a lot of programming languages, different frameworks, but they are not able to explain these things during the interviews. So I would suggest here to all of the freshers and even those who are experienced, uh, please don't mention the skills or the things or even the projects that you have not worked on, or the skills that you cannot explain well or you are not aware of during in your resume, because it would be a negative impression on the interviewer if you are not able to respond well during the interview. So here the first step was the screening, initial screening by HR. Then there will be a technical interview that I have explained here. And after that, there will be a coding test. So here for the freshers, sometimes there are different platforms. You can say that it's a geek test. The platform name is Geek Test. Then there is Test Gorilla platform. So basically, these platforms, there is a link that the company's HR share with the candidates, whether they are freshers or experienced ones, so that that test consists of different MCQs questions that will be related to, different skills or different technologies. So if you clear that coding test, after the coding test, so most essentially, after the coding test, there will be, if you clear that test, there will be an other step that is, on-site interview. So basically, that on-site interview would be a final interview just to check whether you are a cultural fit or whether check your personality. Because here, you can say that it's not the companies not only assess that what skills you have, but they also want to see whether you are culture fit in their company or not, whether you can fit in the environment or not, and what kind of personality you have. Because obviously they do not only need the work, but they also need someone who is good at work, who should be cooperative with the teammates, who should not argue with the team leaders, and such kind of candidates are more welcome in most of the companies. So it is also one of the crucial step when the companies are deciding whether to hire the candidate or not. And there are also some kind of pair programming sessions some companies do. So basically, in pair programming they do is that they during the online interview they share a screen, and they provide the candidate with a messy piece of a code. uh, that messy piece of a code is on purpose. Basically, there is a senior developer, and they will be letting the candidate, they can help the candidate side by side if the candidate stuck somewhere while giving the solution. So basically here they will check the problem solving skills of the candidates, that how good they are at problem solving. So basically nowadays, I can share my experience that I've seen that most of the developers or even the students are, AI dependent. They are writing the codes from Chat GPT. Even in the previous companies where I have worked, I've seen that I've noticed that the developers have the Chat GPT on in their screens, and they are taking help from there. And I'm not saying that AI is bad, but obviously if the developers or even the freshers totally rely on the AI, then it would be difficult for them to solve different coding tests once they visit the companies for interview. I can share one experience that in a company where I'm currently working, most of the candidates come there, and we give them with the machine of our own, and we tell them that we have a screen recording is on. So basically, even we tell them that the screen recording is on the machine, but still they are using the chat GPT. And we, even before the interviews, before the coding test, we are telling them that you are not allowed to use any kind of a tool or anything, but you can ask, if you face any problem, you can ask from our developers. We can call the developers. They can come and assist you in any kind of issue you are facing. But still, the candidates are using ChatGPT. So from here you can judge that how dependent we have become of the AI tools, that people, they do not struggle to solve the problems. They are taking help from the AI tools. So here I would suggest the freshers and even the experienced candidates to please practice, these from these tools, different tools there are in the market where you can practice coding. So you do not rely on these things, because this would pose a question on your abilities, that what because the interviewers have to see that what ability do you have as a developer. So here the next point is practice coding. So basically, you need to practice coding like you are going to a gym, and your machines are lead code and hacker rank here. So you need to do a lot of practice. It should be your daily ritual to, practice coding. If you want to ace a good job in the tech market, then I would really stress on this thing, that practice through these tools, lead code and hacker rank, so that you could become, a good, you can say, at coding, and you would be able to code, or you'd be able to solve any coding issue that any company would give you during the coding test. So most of, through the real life example, I can just tell you that we have interviewed about, you can say, more than 100 of candidates for the fresher position, that was for the front end role. And none of them was clearing the interviews. Only one or two candidates have cleared the interview. So we have hired one out of those two. And during, the final interview, that was a, I've already told, the personality check or the behavioral interview. I've asked the candidate that how you were able to clear that interview. So he just told me that because from last 3 or 4 months I've been practicing the problem solving on lead code and hacker rank. So from there, I got that point, that those who practice on these platforms would be able to clear the test. So those people who are not even practicing, who are not focusing on such kind of tools, and who are relying on ChatGPT, on AI, so please, make yourself aware of this thing, that you would not be able to ace a good job unless you make a struggle, unless you take a step. So you, as a fresher or as an experienced professional, need to take a step. Sometimes experienced professionals think that we are already working in a company, so why we need to focus on these things, why we need to struggle. So even the experienced ones need to struggle for this thing, because I've also experienced this thing, that for a 2 or 3 years role, I was hiring for a backend developer, and it took us more than 2 months just to hire a developer. The reason was that they are working in a really renowned, I would not mention the name of the companies, but really good companies. They were working there as good developers. But when it came to the coding test, and when it came to the pair programming sessions, they were not able to do anything. Like they were blank during the interview. And what was the reason? The reason was they are relying on chat gpt, and they are not into learning. Basically what you all need to do, whether you're a fresher or you are experienced professional, you need to take out a few hours from a day, and you need to practice the things, you need to learn new things. Even if you are working, it doesn't mean that you need to you know uh, stop learning. Learning is a continuous process, it never stops. And even if you are in a tech industry, so tech industry is evolving faster. So you basically need to practice this thing. And the next step is mastering the fundamentals.
Uh, Maria, am I audible? Okay, so we have next lined up
No,
activities for.
Sarah, I'm here.
Okay,
Just
okay.
there was a little bit of distraction, so I just left for a second.
Okay, okay, you can continue.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a moment. Is my screen shared yet or not? Please let me know.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay, fine. Okay, so you also need to uh, master the fundamentals, like you need to understand the different data structures like OOP, you can say OOP programming, then there is linked list trees, then data structures, algorithms, DSA. So these are all the concepts that being into a fresher, you need to revise the concepts when you are applying for these roles in any tech company. So you need to be aware of all of the things that you have studied in your courses. So most of the candidates are applying for the jobs, but they are not aware of the basic concepts. So this is the reason that you are applying for the job, but you are not job ready. So you need to make yourself job ready. You need to practice all of these concepts. Even if you are experienced professional, I've seen that most of the experienced professionals during interviews are not able to answer questions related to different you can say technical things that are mentioned in their resume. And this is the point where they should realize that they need to work on these things. So next is mock interviews. So you need to uh, practice explaining, the things. You need to learn how you can effectively communicate during the interviews, and how you can, explain your points. So for the mock interviews here, I would say that you can, practice the interviews with your peers, with your mentors, so you can articulate well during the technical interviews. I would also tell you about one of the tool that I've come across, that is a really good tool for mock interviews, and you can practice that with AI interviewer. So the tool name is Talently AI. Okay, so uh, That tool helps you in practicing the interview. So basically, in that tool, you can turn on your camera, and there will be you can put the JD there in that tool. And obviously, there will be AI interviewer that will be asking questions from you, and you will be answering the questions. There will be a recording as well for that interview. So later on, you can check that what areas you need to work on. So after that, the next step is you need to explain your thinking. Okay, you need to you know the interviewer is not only assessing your skills, but they also need to check that how well structured your response is, and what approach you are adopting to give a particular solutions. So it's not like all of the interviews, they will be technical interviews, they would be asking you the technical questions. So they will also be giving you a scenario based questions. So to just to check that how you come up with your own thoughts regarding your own thinking, and how effectively do you think about the particular scenario, and what effective solutions you can come up with. And after that, there is a resume alignment. So basically, your resume is the story. Your you can say that it's your professional story that you would be showcasing during the interviews. So whatever thing, I always stress on this thing, that whatever thing you have mentioned in your resume, you should know about each and everything that you have mentioned. And there is one thing that I always stress when I have a call for the interview with candidates. I always ask them that please prepare for your interview. And secondly, you need to go through your resume completely before the interview. This I stress on this point for a reason that I have already explained earlier, that the candidates are not aware of the things that they are have mentioned in their resume. Even if they have done a small course, you can say, related to any thing, then if an interviewer asks them about that, they would not be able to give a response to them. The reason is that they only mention the things in their resume just to make the resume look that they are very skillful and they have a lot of skills. So it's not about you can say, about loading your resume with a lot of skills. It's about whatever you have mentioned in that resume, you should be aware of each and everything, so that if anyone asks you about that thing, you would be able to give a response. Okay, so moving on the job readiness. So basically, you need to be job ready. That means there are different things that you need to focus on when you are applying for jobs in the tech industry. So you need to have all of the skills. The technical skills are not enough. You need to have other soft skills that are communication, teamwork, adaptability, attention to detail. These skills are also important and crucial when you are applying for the jobs. Like if a person cannot clearly communicate, then there is no benefit of having the technical skills. And if you are not good at teamwork, so basically these soft skills are the skills that we also test during the interviews, like asking the candidates that whether they are comfortable in working in teams, or they would prefer to work as an individual. So this lets us assess the candidate, that what are their preferences. So basically, you have to, if you are working in, any company, there would be conflicts. Obviously, this is obvious thing. There would be conflicts in a team. There would be a lot of things that you have to tolerate when you are working in any team. So you need to make yourself quite adaptable, so you can adjust in any kind of environment. And if you are a fresher, then I would suggest you that you need to learn these things, because you are stepping this is your first step towards the industry. So you need to work hard, because you need to grow your career in the industry. So you need to work on these things, on communication as well, because communication is really important nowadays. Most of the companies, you can say the service based companies, are uh, uh, because since the service based companies have their clients from all around the globe, so they are looking for the people who can communicate well in English. So also you need to work on your communication in English. You need to be fluent in the language. So basically, if you want to work with the clients from other countries, then you need to be you need to ace these skills. You need to be good in communication, and even the technical communication should be good. And moving on, portfolio building. So resume is not enough when you are applying for any technical job. You need to have a GitHub profile, okay, and you need to showcase your different projects there. You need to have a personal website, or you can say you need to have any small project. Even the freshers have their projects in applying. Those who are applying for data science, they would be having in AI, ML. And then those applying for the front end, they would be having projects related to that. So if you have projects in your resume, then obviously you can build a strong portfolio alongside your resume. So you people need to work on this thing. You need to have your personal projects, you need to have open source contributions, you need to have a GitHub profile if you are a developer. And if some people are related to the design field, they need to have their portfolios related to that on Behance, on, you can say, Dribble, so that you can showcase those portfolios when you are applying for the particular jobs in the market. So then there is continuous learning. So as I've already told you that learning is a process that never stops. You should be continuously evolving. You need to be adapting. You need to have adaptability and continuous learning skills. Stay up to date to new technologies. As in the tech, everything is evolving. Tools are being replaced, so you need to learn about these things, so you would be updated with the current market trends. Then there is networking. Networking is quite essential. You need to attend the meetups, you need to attend the online webinars and join communities. You need to if you attend these meetups, then you would be connecting with the professionals, and they could be guiding you related to the things that you are not aware of, or if you have any questions, you might ask them during these meetups or these webinars, or even if you have joined any online communities. So these all things are really important. So networking is really important if you want to gain a job in the market. So then there will be a professional presence. So your professional presence is really important. If someone is a student, you know a CS student, or any student, you can say, who wants to gain a job in any field, they need to build their professional presence on LinkedIn. So they need to maintain a good profile on LinkedIn. Basically, most of the recruiters are directly visiting your LinkedIn profile just to check. You can say it's kind of a resume for them. Your LinkedIn profile is kind of a resume for the recruiter, because so you need to mention all of the skills and from where you have graduated, and also don't forget to mention the graduation year in the education section, because I've seen that most of the people, they are not mentioning the year of their graduation, and even they are not mentioning the proper skills in their resume. So your resume also should be, you can say, it should be a clear picture of what your history looks like, your you can say career history looks like. So then we move on to the mindset. So a growth mindset is always welcome by any company. So most of the companies are always open to learning new things, achieving new things. So your mindset should be that you are always open to learn.
Thank you so much, Maria, for giving
Yes.
us your precious time.
Thank
And
you.
up next, we have our next speaker. It was really insightful, and we learned about resumes and how can we
Sarah,
build
would you
proper resumes. It
uh,
was really amazing to learn from you.
Sarah, would you please give me just 2 minutes to just sum this up, the trends in tech hiring, so we could move on.
Yes, sure, Maria. You
Okay,
can get
okay.
to it.
Okay, so here I would like to let you all know that skills matter a lot in today's industry. Here, I would like to give you one example that in my previous company, there was a CTO who was working with us as a part-time, and he was in Germany. So one day during, once we have completed the interview, so we were having a discussion regarding the feedback of the interview, and he just told me that he has a degree in law, and I was quite surprised by hearing that. So he told me that he has degree in law, but he was quite interested in learning skills of backend. So he is a backend developer basically. So uh, he told me that there was a company, his first company, where he applied as a developer. So what he did, he visited their website, and he just pointed out the mistakes out of that website, and he has sent an email to the CEO of the company. So the CEO of the company was quite impressed by that email, and he just called him to Lahore, and he asked him, they had a discussion, and he hired him at once. So degrees don't matter here. If you have right skills and if you know how to showcase your skills, then you can get hired. So here, 70% of the candidates do not fail in interviews because they lack skills, but they struggle because they do not know how to showcase those skills in during interviews. So it's that's all from my side. So thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you everyone for joining today's session.
Thank you so